Welcome back, folks, to Vibrations and Libations. I'm James.
And I'm Keith.
And tonight we're listening to some Blue Oyster Cult. And if you're not a fan of Blue Oyster Cult, or maybe you don't know of anything from Blue Oyster Cult other than Don't Fear the Reaper, we've got a nice
treat for you.
What about
Godzilla? Everybody knows about Godzilla.
And Godzilla, yeah. What was I thinking? That's the one of the most popular rock songs ever, right there. But we're listening to Blue Oyster Cult. The name of the record is CULTOSAURS Erectus.
But Godzilla's not on this.
It's not. And this album doesn't really have any huge hits on this. So, you know what can we say? We do have one of the other records here tonight, though, and it's Agents of Fortune. Keith, if you wouldn't care just to kind of pull this over and show everybody. And this is the album that does have Don't Fear the Reaper on it. So if you're looking for that song, get this album. This album also rocks.
It's very good.
It's very good. And that was sent to us from our viewer,
Scott Hammond.
Scott Hammond, yes. Thanks a lot, Scott Hammond. We appreciate all your thumbs up and your likes and your comments that you give us on Facebook and everything. So, and we especially appreciate the albums. Thanks a lot for that. So, he sent us some Blue Oyster Cult, and I found this after that, and I was like, man, I gotta get that record because the album cover is awesome on it.
Yes.
So we'll get to the album cover in a little bit. But also tonight, our drink, our libations for our vibrations is Three Floyd's Robert the Bruce, and this is a Scottish style ale. And I've been looking for this around my area for a while and finally found it today. So I was like, that's what we're going to do tonight. So that's what I end up getting. So
I haven't had it.
You haven't had it? I have had it, but it's been a while. It was on tap the last time I had it. I think down here in my bottle collection at the front of my bar, I have an old style bottle, but they changed the artwork on it like Three Floyd's does sometimes. But the artwork is still awesome. And so we're going to crack these things open and start pouring. There's G1. Alright, so again, Blue Oyster Cult. When was this album released, Keith?
This album was released in June of 1980.
Yeah.
And had 41 minutes and 10 seconds long. It peaked at number 34 on the Billboard Top 200. It's their 7th studio album.
7th. And you know, just kind of looking at the, of course I spilled beer again all over the place.
Oh goodness.
Just kind of looking at the... I did. Just kind of looking at the album cover. You get a close-up look to it. It looks kind of like an older album cover to me. And I was surprised that it wasn't an earlier album. I was surprised that it was their 7th album. But it still rocks. And so, again, 1980 was at number 3. Now, I think it hit number 12 overseas in the European charts or whatever. But here it was 34. There were a few singles on it, but no real big hits that, as far as I could tell. I was only 3 years old at the time this album was released, so I don't remember hearing any of these songs on the radio.
Well, I wasn't even born yet.
I'm calling bullshit on that.
I was 5.
You were 5. I was born in 76, so that'll just tell you I'm not doing all the math.
Almost 5.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Who's got the actual song list here? Me or you?
You do.
I do? Okay, so the song list, the first song is called Black Blade, Monsters, Divine Wind, Deadline, The Marshall Plan, Hungry Boys, Fallen Angel, Lips in the Hills, Unknown Tongue. And I don't know if any of those songs have ever been played on the radio that I've heard.
Black Blade should be. I love Black Blade.
Yeah,
it's my favorite track.
Really?
And I really like Divine Wind as well. And Black Blade, I believe, is like their producer, somebody, an engineer, somebody wrote a book. And anyway, in that book, there's a sword in that book, and the name of that sword is the Black Blade. And that's what they named that first track after.
Yeah. They must have been a big fan of, you know, like science fiction and fantasy type of stuff. Because everything I read about them, albums and stuff like that, kind of references to people who are related with that. You know, like either artists or writers or people like that, which is cool. I love the science fiction genre. I love this type of artwork right here. I think this is cool. So let's see. So in support of the album, when this came out, they toured with Black Sabbath, and the name of the tour was Black and Blue.
That's pretty awesome.
If that makes any sense. So, and then as far as the album cover goes, this is some kind of crazy, I thought it was like a dinosaur or a crocodile or something like that. It was just deformed. But it's actually part of a painting by a British artist named Richard Clifton Day, and the name of his painting is Behemoth's World. So I'll try and put a picture up here of the whole picture. There's there's one little tidbit of it on the back of the album, but it's basically they're just like giant snakes crawling, through this mountain range in the picture, and there's some kind of spaceship or jet or something flying around them. It's a pretty cool painting, so if you want to check it out, I'll put a picture down here, and you can also just look it up online. Again, it's called Behemoth's World. That's the name of the painting, and it's a pretty badass painting.
This album is a badass album, by the way.
It is, yes.
It is, I believe it could be like I would watch like a rock play about this album where it was just a musical, like a Broadway musical.
Right.
But this album, it would be awesome.
Yeah.
I could go with that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the beer a little bit.
Let's talk about it. Okay, so it's Robert the Bruce from Three Floyds.
Robert the Bruce from Three Floyds. It's a full-bodied Scottish-style ale with, it says, well-rounded malty profile and roasted biscuit-like note.
I don't know what roasted biscuit-like note means, but that's what Three Floyd says about it on their website. So.
I don't get the biscuit-like note, but it is full-bodied and well-rounded.
I could eat a biscuit with it right now. That would be pretty awesome. A little butter, maybe some honey.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Works for me.
The namesake, Robert the Bruce, is King of Scotland, who freed Scotland from English rule by winning the Battle of... You had to give me that word.
That's why I gave you that card.
Bannockburn.
Yeah, so...
I said it 3 times. That means it's right.
We're American. We don't speak English, so...
Or Scottish. Anyway, the IBUs are 24. ABV is 6.5. Availability is year-round.
And with year-round,
I feel like David Letterman.
You did? Yeah, that's kind of what I felt like when I threw those earlier. When they say year-round, I'm sure it is available year-round, but if you're lucky enough to find it, because in our area anyway, Three Floyds is not always so easy to find.
Yeah.
So you can usually find Alpha King and most of the time you can find Gumball Head, but the other stuff in our area is kind of not so readily available. So
you can go to my honey hole and get Laser Snake.
Laser Snake is good. You remember we did Laser Snake with Keith's favorite album so far on any of the videos that we did, TV on the Radio, 9 Types of Light. So
at least the beer was good. But let's rate this album and let's rate this beer.
Shit. All right, we're moving on with it. So, well, you said your favorite song on this album was what?
Was Black Blade.
Okay, Black Blade. My favorite song on this album is Deadline.
Deadline.
Yep.
And is Deadline is not all right. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I really like the track that sounds like a live track, the Marshall playing.
Yep. That is also a good track. Listen.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of these. Well, I guess all these songs. There were 3 singles off of this album, and I do not remember what those singles were, but. You listen to classic rock today, you're not going to hear a whole lot of, radio stations. You're not going to hear a whole lot of songs from Blue Oyster Cult, probably other than Godzilla and Don't Fear the Reaper.
Burning for You.
Those are the 3 you're probably going to hear the most of. Those are the 3 most popular songs, but like Keith and I say to each other all the time, sometimes a group's best album is the one that's not so popular.
Right.
And this is, so far, between this one and the very first one, those are the 2 favorite of mine that Blue Oyster Cult that I've listened to. And did you know that their first name was soft white underbelly?
No, I didn't.
I learned that today when I was reading on the interwebs.
Soft white underbelly.
Yeah. So, you want me to rate this album?
Rate it.
Okay, I'm gonna rate this album a 4.5 out of 5.
4.5 out of 5.
Yes.
Man, I'm back and forth with it, so I will give it 4.5 out of 5 as well.
Okay. Go ahead.
The album is pretty much spot on perfect. There may be one or two dips in it.
Yep.
But I really can't complain about those. You know, the album has really good flow. I mean, start to finish, the whole first side is solid as a rock. You're gonna play that whole thing every time and love it. And there may be one dip on the second side, but those last two songs kind of rock, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But you know.
So we both agree 4.5 out of 5.
4.5 out of 5.
CULTOSAURS ERECTUS. So, you know, find this album. I think I bought this album for $3.99 or something. Now the cover is a little rough. The actual LP is in pretty good shape. But it wasn't very much. I found it at the record store. I picked it up, and again, I picked it up because the cover was badass, and I'd already had some experience with Blue Oyster Cult as far as listening to albums. So I was like, man, I'm going to give this a shot for $4, and I'm happy that I did. So
James let me borrow this album, and as soon as I had it for a little while, and I was out in the cabin just throwing on some Idol, and I was like, man, I'm gonna throw that Blue Oyster Cult on. I threw it on. I was like, that first track came on. I was like, what the hell? This thing's badass.
Yeah.
And it was. I listened to the whole thing and loved it right off the bat. And not many albums, do that. Just grab you like that.
And I've learned that, and again, I'm guilty. I've said this before. I'm guilty of not saying that I don't like a group because they are overplayed on the radio. They're hits. But thanks to Keith for letting me borrow their first album, which is self-titled Blue Oyster Cult, and then listening to all of Agents of Fortune that was given to us, it kind of opened up my ears, I guess, not my eyes, but my ears to taking them seriously as a good rock band.
Oh man, they're like a what would you call them? Hard rock, progressive. I mean, they're a progressive hard rock band.
Right.
And
they toured with Black Sabbath, so
yeah.
Well, I don't really guess that means anything. Cheap Trick toured with Stone Temple Pilots, so. But anyway, I'm joking there on that, but which that did happen. But anyway, but I think they rock out. You have to think today's younger generation probably hears Blue Oyster Cult and thinks of Will Ferrell banging on the cowbell. But that's just kind of hokey, and if you got kids and they say that, oh, is that the cowbell group? And they're like, yeah, well, listen to this other stuff. So do that, because it's always good to listen to something that you haven't necessarily taken seriously before, like me, and open up your ears again and just kind of listen to stuff. And I have a newfound respect for Blue Oyster Cult because of that. So, all right. So, what about the beer? Do you like the beer? What's it taste like to you? Not the biscuit notes that Three Floyd's website says.
No biscuit notes. Malty.
Where do they get that? Are we thinking? Oh, bless you. I don't get any kind of biscuit notes on that. If anybody is a connoisseur and a professional beer taster watching this and would have any clue as to what beer biscuit notes means, let us know, because I'm kind of confused on that.
I don't know. It's a Scottish ale. It tastes like a Scottish ale to me.
Yep.
It's kind of thick and syrupy on the tongue.
It is
to me,
bit, yeah.
And malty, a little sweet.
Right.
It's nothing too special to me.
No,
I mean, it's not bad. It's good, but
It is.
I only, one or two of these, and I'm done.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially at what 6.5.
Yeah, I threw the card, man.
Well, that's okay.
6.5, 6.2, something like that.
And as part of the warm up tonight, I had Founder's Breakfast Stout. It is 8.3 alcohol by volume. So with that, a couple of Coors Banquets, and then this, and then what's this? One more. I'm gonna be pretty well done for the night too. But okay, so let's rate the beer. You go first.
I'll give it a 3.
A 3, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a little bit more than that. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. And here's why. And this may be a little.
I give it a 3 because it's decent but forgettable.
It's decent. I think it's good. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. One, because it's not as cold as it should be. I didn't set these in the refrigerator soon enough. But, and I may change my mind tomorrow after they set in the refrigerator overnight and gotten to a proper temperature. But I like it. I don't think it's too upsetting on the palate. It's got the, like he said, it's a Scottish ale. It's going to taste like that. If you've had a Scottish ale before, this is pretty much what it's going to be like. But I think Three Floyd's has got a little. It's a little bit more subtle. It's not as bitter as some other Scottish ales that I've had, and it's got a good color. And one thing I look for in a beer, especially in a darker beer like this, is I call it thin. Is it thin? Does it taste like I'm drinking, let's say, carbonated water, like that thinness? Or is it more of a in your mouth kind of chewy, I guess? I don't know. I like that in a beer, especially in a darker beer, and I think it affects the taste. I don't like a beer that has like a real fluffy head to it and is just bubbly and carbonated. I like the head to be a little bit creamy, and this is a little bit more creamier than some of the other Scottish ales that I've had.
Yeah, it is a cream. It does have creamy head. James likes the cream.
I do like the cream, especially from the head. So anyway, that got kind of weird there for a second.
Accidentally gay.
Okay, so anyway,
Suddenly gay.
Keith gives it a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I would possibly do a 4, but my official rating is 3.5. That's what I'm going to give it. Not my favorite Three Floyd's beer, but it's good. I like it, and I would suggest that you go out and if you find it and you've never had it, try it out. Especially if it's in a single shelf where you can just buy one, or two. Just kind of see if you like it. This was $14.99, I think, when I bought it today. So. If you're a little apprehensive on trying something new, don't get the 6-pack. See if you can find it in a single bottle. So, or if you go to a bar or a craft beer shop and they've got it on tap, get one on tap. So that's my rating, 3.5. I rambled on here too long. I'm sorry, YouTube watchers. All right. So, anything else to add for this video?
I think we're done.
I think we're done too. This is kind of a quick video here. Again, Blue Oyster Cult. Get this album, listen to it online, stream it, whatever you got to do. I think you'll like it. If you are a Blue Oyster Cult fan, radio stuff, and you've not listened to this album, I still think you'll like it. Again, it doesn't have any hits on it, but like this song right here, it's Blue Oyster Cult. It's just classic sounding stuff from them. The vocals. The guy's vocals. It's smooth like butter.
This song reminds me of Don't Fear the Reaper.
It does, yeah.
This song right here it's kind of got a little bit of a hook more than the others. A little more catchy. It's probably the poppiest of the tracks on here. But still got that great bass line.
Yep. That's one of the reasons I love Blue Oyster Cult is the bass line. I mean, it's not just hidden in the background. It's up there, with the guitar and everything else. So. All right, so we've rated the album. We've rated the beer. So that normally means we're done here. So if nothing else to add, Thanks for watching Vibrations and Libations, guys, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and
all that shit.
all of it. Yeah, just subscribe to the channel, though. We would really like for you to subscribe and leave some comments down below. What would you like for us to do next, as far as album or beer goes? And if it's a beer and it's in our area, we'll get it and we'll try it. We'll see how it tastes. So
We do need those beer suggestions. Keep them coming.
Yes.
Beer. Maybe we should do some wine sometime.
I'm up for doing wine. That's perfectly fine for me. Maybe the next video we do, we'll do a wine.
James, maybe we should do some wine.
Would you like some cheese with that one?
All right.
Okay,
Let's get out of here.
Okay. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm James.
I'm Keith.
And thanks for watching. Until next time, stay classy, as Ron Burgundy says.
Bye.
Bye.